Hi everyone. Let's just go live on Instagram. Hello. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. Just going to give it a moment to see who can join us. Can you believe it? The tech has actually worked first time round today. Fabulous. Hi, Tanya. Hello. So, let me find comments. Drop a comment and let me know. Hi, David. Hi, Walker. Hi, Lorna. Hello. Hi, Pam. Hi, peeps. It's so lovely to have you here. So, tonight we are talking. Hi, Heather. I am sharing with you Penny's chakra cleanse. Oh, my goodness. It is a fascinating session. Hi, Cherry. And I have to say this one, I mean, I do say this about a lot of them because it's true. This one was a real surprise. Before I get started, before I go into that, I just want to give a shout out to the fact that I am creating a new program, and I'd really love some feedback from you guys, from the cat mums and dads out there. So I'd really appreciate if you could take time to answer a few questions. So I've got a short questionnaire to work through. So I'm inviting you to come and join me for a Zoom call. You can book the call through the link in my bio on Instagram and Facebook. There's a post about it. YouTube. Haven't thought about how to do it on YouTube. You'll have to make sure you're on the email list because an email is coming out about it tomorrow. So basically, I'm looking for people to have a 30-minute call with me to work through my questionnaire. The calls are recorded and it's about me getting feedback. So it's understanding what struggles you're going through, what you've done to try to help your cat, and kind of where you are on that journey, really. So if you're interested and you'd like to support me, please book your call. And there's a bit of availability left for tomorrow, and then there's quite a lot of slots next week, so I need to do quite a few. So thank you in advance to those of you that have booked. I can't wait to connect with you, and if you're interested and you want to have a chat, please go ahead and book your call. Okay, so let's get started. This is the beautiful Penny, and she's a British blue short hair. And in fact, let me get the feedback, the intake form. I knew there was something that I was missing. I got upstairs. I needed to plug my phone in. The boys were going absolutely bonkers. We've had rain all day, so they're now about to have zoomies, which is great. I'm gutted I'm going to miss it. Let me find. There we go. Yes, British short Penny. There we go. So her guardian came to work with me because her guardian felt that Penny was kind of like annoyed at her, and she would hiss and she would run away. She was never really a cuddly cat. The guardian is very protective because Penny had FIP when she was a baby. She had a very traumatic experience where she almost died. So of course, the guardian is very nervous and protective over her. But one of the things that was happening is that as soon as the guardian would go towards Penny, she would kind of run away, and then or she'd back away. So she's very cautious of the humans. And the intention that was set was to make her happy and to try to understand what was going on. Well, my goodness, we had no idea what she was going to share. And the shift that she had through the cleanse was just phenomenal. So without further ado, let's get started. So I connected with her, and the first thing she said to me was, so this is with Penny, she said, "I feel so sad. My heart is breaking. I didn't know we were going to change, that I was coming here." And it was almost, I felt like she had a sudden soul shift. She said, "I didn't know what to expect, and then it shifted. I was here." So what she shared is that there was a transition event around FIP. So I didn't know a lot of the details about what had happened. She said, and I was back, a soul switch. I was in body. I felt discombobulated since I've returned. And then she shared that she was the guardian to the previous soul that was in the body. So, and when it left, she came in, and she's had trouble adjusting being back on the earthly plane. Now, let me explain this a little bit more. Hi, Therese. So I don't, I only share what comes through. I've got a degree in psychology. I've trained in behavior. Like, I do all the logical stuff. I also work with energy and emotions and things. And when Penny shared this with me, it rocked me to my core, because I've never known anything like this, and what she shared is basically there was a soul in the body that is called Penny. And when this event happened with the FYP, when the cat got really sick, it almost died. And what happened was the soul that was in there couldn't cope. So what happened was, we've all got guides. Some people call them angels, call them whatever you like. We've all got guides all around us all the time. Family members, beings of light, whatever term you feel comfortable using. So what Penny was sharing, the being that is Penny, was that basically the soul that was there when there was an issue with the physical body, it came out. So she stepped in. So if she hadn't, Penny, the cat, would have died. So this soul stepped in. And then what was happening is she was having trouble adjusting and being here, being present, being in a body, because she was, as far as she's concerned, she's on the ethereal plane of light, and she's guiding this soul, not actually being a physical body. So she said, it all feels so stagnant, the energy, the environment, the world. I thought I had ascended. I thought I had ascended, and now I'm back again. I don't know why, and I'm frustrated. So I said, what happened to you before? She said, I was a man, a shaman, a guide to others. And that was what I was doing for Illustria, which was the name of the soul that was in the cat before the health event. But it got stuck. It couldn't breathe, so we switched. It wasn't that I wanted, it wasn't what I wanted, but my wisdom dropped me in here. The light knew I could handle it. The ether sought me out to shift and drop into the body. I know Penny means the guardian. I know she wants connection, but I'm having trouble adjusting. My heart is broken as I left the light. I know I need to lean into the now. Can you help me? I've never been so disconnected before. This isn't how I use my energy. By that, she means being angry. She wants, Penny, her guardian, she wants to feel more of the light, the higher vibe. Sorry, no, Penny wants to feel more of the light, the higher vibe. So what we did is I lit tea lights. We used an aura quartz on her crown. So aura quartz has got a really high vibration. Mine's got a lot of different points on it. There was a really big sigh from her. Then there was weeping, which is an energy shift. She said, I thought I had ascended. I can't believe I'm back. And I said, you have more lessons, sweet soul. So then she needed purple fabric, like ASAP. It was really like a real urgent need. So I used purple fabric that you've seen the boys sleep on. I draped it over my body, and to help her anchor her soul into the body. So we also used the spirit quartz, and both of these were action points that the guardian used as well. And basically her etheric body wasn't fully attached to her physical body. So let me explain this a little bit from what I can gather with Penny. So what happened was the soul left the body, and she'd been dropped in. Okay. And she'd been dropped in so that Penny the cat didn't die, but also because Penny the soul had more lives, had more lessons to learn, had more gifts to share, had more work to do with her guardians. But what had happened is, because there was this incident, and none of us would know that had happened, she needed extra support to anchor her soul into her physical body. So the crown chakra is where, we are connected to spirit. Energy moving. Whew. Hang on a minute. Which generally happens when I do these things. Let me see my vest. Hang on. I'm getting there. Right. So The crown chakra is where we have that connection with spirit. So we've got our physical body, and then we've got around us like our aura. And what would happen was her crown chakra wasn't fully connected, so she wasn't connected into her physical body. So she also shared that she doesn't like to be touched because she couldn't feel the sensation on her body, but it also left an energy imprint on her which she couldn't shift or handle. So again, this is really a really interesting point from a behavior perspective, because if you've got a cat that doesn't like to be touched, it might not be that they're angry or they're aggressive or they just don't like it. It might be something like this. You know, Penny didn't like to be touched because she couldn't feel the sensation on her physical body. So, I mean, like, how fascinating is that? I do know that she's got a better relationship now with her guardian, and I must admit, I haven't asked the question, and I will, whether she will tolerate more physical touch now. So we use the spirit quartz and the aura quartz on her crown, and the crown is actually where we started, I think. Yes. So we also then use the song, which is called I Am Light. And for those of you that have had a chakra cleanse with me, your cat may have chosen that song. I am using that so often. It's called I Am Light by India Ari, India Arie. It is the most beautiful song. I use it a lot when I meditate. I've got cats that are asking it to shift their energy. Oh, her guardian's here. Tree says she does tolerate more physical touch and she loves to be held on me the most. So bearing in mind, we started this cleanse because she wouldn't let the guardians go near her. And now Teresa's saying that she has more physical touch and will have and be held. Beautiful. Beautiful. That truly warms my heart. So we played the I Am Light song and she showed me that her crown chakra was black. It was like almost like switched off and not moving. She wasn't connected to spirit. So if you can imagine, she's not connected to spirit. She's not fully anchored in her physical body. This poor pussycat, you know, her soul is almost like detached, you know, not knowing where to go or where to be. So she said to me, I have to be here. And I said, no, you know, you have a choice. But if you choose to stay, you need to integrate and thrive. And then she said, she means her guardian, her heart is so open. She is craving to have love with me, to share it, to receive it. If I leave, she won't share that, will she? So I said, she's open to loving you. Do you want to receive it? And Penny said, it's hard to be here. Again, this world can be so dense, heavy, harmful. But I also know the light can lift us up, fill us up. Light is up. So I said, so do you want to stay? She said, it is always an honor to feel more love. Every single soul, spirit, and piece of spark, which meant light, should feel as much love as it can. I will stay. And then she said, can you help me integrate? So I said, of course, that's what I'm here for. You know, that's why we're here. So then we used cards to tether her chakras to her physical body. And she showed me it was like a kite with string. And then after that, it was open, it was sparkling, it was growing, it was beautiful. We'd activated her crown chakra. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, so what happened then? Basically, we used crystals and I used some color cards, which I haven't made a note of what they were. But I laid the cards out, and as I did that, my heart started racing. So basically, she was integrating her soul, reintegrating her soul, activating her chakras. And I just had to hold the space. And we played the I Am Light song a couple of times. I used the spirit quartz and put it on each one of her chakras. And as I did that, each one of them like lit like a match. It was so beautiful. And again, one of the actions for the guardians, so there are generally actions that the guardians do to support the cat and to follow up. was to continue to play the I Am Light song for her, to help the body and soul reintegrate even further. Okay, so then we went to the third eye and we used sesame jasper stone, I think that is. And she talked about using a grounding mat to anchor her body and spirit together. So again, that's an action point. The stone, we put the stone on her chakra and it felt small, but it was moving. And she said, I can't open it up to her. She means her guardian. I can't open it up to her just yet, but I will. Her patience will give me comfort. I need to move my body. So the fascinating thing is there, we were working together and then I felt really fidgety. I couldn't keep the connection with her. So actually I went out for a walk. So I've had a cat where they needed orange food, so I ended up eating carrots. Like this, some weird stuff goes down, people, I tell you. And considering I used to have a corporate job as a benefits manager, some of this just seems so crazy. But it all seems to help, excuse me, and make a difference. So I went for a walk. And then before I left, I said to her, I went to end the connection, and she said, I need to integrate. So I actually went for a walk out in nature, down, we've got the woods at the back of the house here, and it felt lovely. I felt much more grounded. I felt actually more whole, more connected, if that makes sense. So when we came back, I changed her picture, which is why when I have a chakra cleanse with clients, I generally ask you for a couple of different photos, because this is happening more and more when there is an energy shift, an emotion shift. The cat wants to work through a different picture with me. So if you do have a chakra cleanse with me, I will ask you for 2 to 3 photos, and that's the reason why. Different positions, different facial connections. So we changed her picture, and again, I lit 4 candles. So for Penny, it was really important for her to have light around her because of the high vibe and the warmth and the connection it was bringing to her. And then she said, so this is where she'd had the shift. So she told me what she was feeling, what was going on. We did the crystal and the color work to reintegrate her soul. And then I went for the walk to actually anchor it all in. And she'd had a really big shift then, because then she says, I am here. I accept that now. I will adjust. I will open my heart. I can see she is yearning for connection. Her truth to love is in her heart. Now she sees herself. Now she shows love to herself. So she's talking about her guardian. She could do with more love for herself. As the prickles leave her aura, I will be drawn to her. So I'm not going to share any personal details here. What I will say is that the guardian had one-to-one sessions with me and had further healing herself. So after a chakra cleanse, I generally, 80% of the time, work with the guardians as well. I offer a package of 4 one-to-one sessions. And it's about helping you to delve deeper, to delve further, to do more healing. And this is exactly what happened with her guardian. So we helped her guardian deal with, traumatic events, very personal things. And to say it was beautiful feels like the wrong word, but actually it was truly inspiring for me to see how the guardian shifted, to see how she committed to her own health and healing, and it's made such an impact on her relationship with Penny. It's phenomenal. Okay, so then we went on to the chakras. So we went to the third eye. So we'd done a little bit of that before, but that was where she couldn't take any more, because the third eye as well, remember, excuse me, the third eye is where the cat is connected to us and it's all about their soul contracts. Oh, Teresa said it was simply amazing for me. Can't thank you enough. Oh, my love. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a real honor working with you. So the third eye is where cats are connected to us via their soul contracts. Hang on a minute, I've got a bit of a tickle. So Penny said, I don't understand why I'm back, what I'm here for. And what she was saying there, she doesn't fully understand her soul contract. And what I was trying to say to her was that the part of the chakra cleanse and rebalance that we were doing, she would figure that out. Now she was anchored into her body, now that her soul and her spirit and her body were all connected again, she would figure out what the soul contracts were. She would figure out what was going on and why she was, I give up with, you just have to see the best. No matter what I do, I can't hide it. I said to her, you will figure out why you're back. You will figure that out in time. But like for today, let's just concentrate on reintegrating you. So I said to her, that's not for today. That will come. For today, lean into feeling, not doing. How does it feel? As in to be back in the body and kind of connected. She said, small but open. I can see the light coming in through me now. I can feel home. Which is beautiful because we are all beings of light, and I'm an empath, and there are days when it's really hard to be a human. It's really hard to be a human on Earth in this time, at this time. And there are some times when it's just really hard. And I don't mean like, dealing with anxiety or things like that. I mean, it's just hard to be a human. So for Penny, it's beautiful to see that she was starting to be able to feel settled and balanced and anchored. So then she shared that she needed something with stars and constellations, like a galaxy, like a picture or something, because she needs it to anchor the light into her body. So this is about honoring the fact that she's come from spirit, she's come from light, whatever you want to call it, and seeing around her a picture of the stars or the pictures of a universe or a galaxy would help her to anchor into her body more. And actually, as she showed me the pictures of the stars, her third eye opened more. So if ever there was confirmation that you needed that, if the cat gives you an action, that's one of those times. And then she said, it will grow. So then we went down to her throat and she said, I can see, I can feel, I can be. I accept my soul's purpose and I am ready to share again. And then she almost felt a little bit withdrawn, and it was almost like she can't share too much yet. But she knows that she's back. And she said, I don't know how to express myself. So then we used an aquamarine crystal and I put it on my throat, because when I put it on my body, it shifts the cat energy. And then there was a really big yowl, like a huge release of emotion. I put the I Am Light song, and actually we put it on repeat. So it was playing in the background then for the rest of the chakra cleanse. And what happened was when the song finished the first time, the chakra flickered on. So it was small but moving. And then she said, enough. So there's a common theme throughout all of our chakras so far. So these three, they haven't been on. They haven't been activated. They haven't been moving energy. They haven't been working, essentially. So no wonder she was feeling disconnected. She was unsettled. She was grumpy. She didn't seem like a very happy cat. And this was part of the reason why. So the chakras are the core energy centers, connecting the body with the spirit, connecting the body with the environment. So energy comes out from them into our environment. Emotions come out from them. Energy from people around us, from the environment, comes into our bodies via the chakras. So if they're not working, what happens to the energy? How does it move? It doesn't, which leads to an unhappy cat. So then we went down to the heart, and she shared that it was broken, hurting, and stuck. And then what she showed me were with the 7 chakra crystals laid out on the floor. And she needs that regularly, which I've seen her guardian do, which is beautiful, because there's been pictures of Penny lying next to them. There's been pictures of Penny moving them. Her guardian sent me a picture where she'd laid out all 7, and Penny had put 2 and 2 and 2 and 1. So when she went back into the bedroom, Penny had maneuvered them from a straight line into couples, and then 1 on the end. And she said to me, why on earth has she done that? I said, because she's trying to show you what she needs. So I said, what I would suggest you do is to use 2 crystals at a time. So sometimes crystals are horrendously powerful. Like, they are like essential oils. They are so extreme and not extreme, they are intense with their energy, which is a beautiful healing tool. But for cats particularly one that is just anchoring her soul back into her body, she needed a little bit less energy. So she was trying to show her mum, I need these two, mum, and then these two, and then these two. So there's no coincidence. So I put my hand on my heart, and again, there was yowling, which is more of an energy release. And then we actually used 2 crystals, which were jade and the spirit quartz again. And then what I felt was anger. It was anger at her guardian. And she says, she brought me back the soul into this body. And I said, no, I said, she filled your vessel with love. You have agreed to be with her. It's not her fault you're back, sweet girl. She's coming from a place of love for you. And then Penny said, it's easier to hurt than heal. And I said, now is the time to heal. So what's happening there is, this is where like the emotions in the 3D, like the physical realm, the person, the cat, this is where it was having an impact on her relationship with her guardian. So she was angry because she felt that the guardian had brought her back, which wasn't the case. You know, nothing's by coincidence. We're not here by chance. We all signed up to contracts in light, in spirit, wherever you want to think that you came from. You signed up to be with the people you're around, to be with the animals that you have, to be with the experiences that you have. So, you know, I signed up to be with Pickle, to have a very poorly cat for 13 years. And look at what happened. Our journey together meant that I created this. You know, I've created Naturally Cats, and now I'm helping people with their cats. I've left my corporate job. You know, I would never have done this if it wasn't for her. So every cat that you're with, everyone who's watching, they are with you for a reason. So what was happening with Penny was that she was struggling to understand why she was here. So this is back again a bit to the shift before. So she said, so I told her it was a time to heal. And then she said, I surrender. I am here. I am open to learning more. I forgive her. I love her. I release my anger. The frustration no longer serves me. I am here. I am light. I am love. I will open up to feeling her. Our hearts were connected before, which means in a previous life. I let her go. I hurt her. I am truly sorry. I am not deserving of her love or forgiveness. So I said, she is here, the guardian is here ready to love you. You can accept it. Perhaps that's the lesson this time round, sweet soul. She said, I see it now. I feel the love. I feel the love she has for me. I felt unworthy. It is for me. And I said, yes, sweet girl, it is for you. And then she said, I will receive. And again, another yowl, another cry, another big release. And then her heart felt brighter. And she felt ready to receive. So again, she didn't go into too much detail there about what had happened in a previous life. But as I've said before, we generally will... Sorry, I was distracted by a comment. We generally will repeat life with the souls, with the same group of souls. They might just be in different formats. So I did a chakra cleanse yesterday, and there was a cat who'd been, I think it was the mum of the human 2 lives ago. You know, so it's fascinating. Right, before I go on, let me just look at some of the comments. Anybody got any? Okay. So said, this is fascinating, more so in that I am reading an amazing book, A Walk in the Physical, in which he describes the process of incarnating, dropping from a very high vibration into the dense vibe of being in a physical body. Yes, this can create a homesickness for the higher vibration and living in the perfection of joy and love in spirit. Walker and I are still listening to India. Beautiful. I am light every morning. Lovely. When Walker requested it, that I think he was the first cat I used it with, actually, David. Jennifer, it does sound like a very interesting book. Another great book, whilst we're on book recommendation, is Tammy Billups, Animal Soul Contracts. If you haven't already read it, it's a brilliant book. It tells you about that specifically for soul contracts with you and your cat, or you and your I think it's animal, actually. Yes, not just cats, animals. That book was fascinating because that helped me understand the type of contract that Pickle and I had. So this time you talk, I think it's about 4 different levels of contracts, and you can have one, you can have more than one. So like my contracts with baby Max and Leo, with the baby Max, it's to bring me joy, and that's it, bring me joy. He started to take on his brother's message because I'm not getting the lessons, which is about, so my lesson with Leo is about surrender. So soul contracts are fascinating, and I'm learning more and more about them as I work with the cats. Jennifer said, I really relate to not being in the body properly. I agree. I'm so happy that Penny is feeling more integrated and grounded and let go of anger. Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest, people, sometimes being a human is hard, and let's face it, our cats, they can't use words to share this with us. This is why they have reactive behaviors. This is why they have problem behaviors. This is why they wear outside the litter tray. This is why they're pooping on your bed. This is why they scratch at you. Like, all the stuff they're doing is for a reason. It's not to be ignored. Okay, you may not be able to tell straight away why it is, but you can figure it out. Okay, so then we used citrine and we worked on her solar plexus, and she said, I can feel the light in me. And she shared, and it felt like dancing was the word that she shared. It was bright, it was moving well, and it was regenerating. She showed me like a battery image, on your iPhone or any phone, and you plug it in and you see the sort of the lines go up. In fact, I don't think it does it on an iPhone, but you know what I mean? When you're charging a device, you see the lines going up as it charges. That's what she showed me. And that meant for her that the light was going to all her other chakras and actually charging her energy body. So now her physical and her spiritual were integrating, and it was beautiful. And what happened was, because the music was still on, I was swaying to the music, which again is the movement was about moving the energy, bringing the energy together. She said, I can still feel the light when I'm in physical form. And I said, yes, my love, you are a being of pure light. And she said, I am a being of pure light. And that's a mantra. So sometimes cats will give me a mantra. They'll give me words that they need their guardian to repeat. So I did a chakra cleanse for 2 crazy cat ladies, and which I'll share with you in a couple of weeks. And their cat Madison needed words on post-its. She needed mantras, and they stuck them on the wall around her. So there's a reason why they call it spelling when it comes to words. Our words are impactful. They make a difference. When you say something to someone, not only is it the words that you use, it's the intention behind those words, it's the energy behind those words. And all of that impacts other people. So when you're talking to your cats, this is why I always say, talk to your cats. Tell them you're going away. Tell them you're coming home. Tell them you love them. Talk to them. Tell them how you're feeling. I do this. And I've had a couple of clients this week say to me, I've tried to hide how I feel. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. You may not tell them. You may not verbalize. You may not say it out loud how you feel, but they feel it. They feel it. So just bear that in mind, people. This was about her realizing that even though she was in a physical body, which can feel dense, she could also feel the light of being in the light, so of being almost like home. And actually, when she said this about I'm a being of pure light, we were swaying and moving to the song, the energy in her solar plexus was brighter again and actually felt lighter. So there was a real sense of acceptance. Okay, so then we moved to the sacral, and she chose carnelian. So I have a big box. In fact, you can probably see it. Yeah, there. I've got my angel cards, my essential oils, and then my crystals. There's a massive box, so I don't choose them. The cat chooses them. And so she chose carnelian, and she said, I feel it now. I get it now. I am back. I can learn. I can love. I can share. I can open my heart even more. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. So the sacral chakra with cats is about their sense of identity. It's about the unique being that they are. So all the things that make me sit in my sacral chakra. Every single one of you joining me live, catching this on replay, you know, whatever it is that makes you an individual, that sits in your sacral chakra. It's your sense of identity. And it's no coincidence that we get to this chakra and she is like, do you know what? I get it now. I can be here. I can do what I need to do. I can feel it. I can share it. I am back. And I was like, yes, absolutely. And then she said, I'm excited to be with her again. She means her guardian. And now I'm excited to be with her again now and see how we can grow together. I am open. I am ready. I am Penny. So there was a beautiful sense of acceptance. The chakra went really, really bright, was moving really well. It was almost kind of like sparkling. And she said, I am Penny. So if we think back to when we started, the first words she shared with me were, I feel so sad. You know, my heart is breaking. And now she's like, yeah, I'm Penny. So then we ended with the root, and again we sat with the I Am Light song for kind of like an iteration of it, and she said, I am Penny, I can be in this body now. And then she talks about her guardian and she says, I see her, I feel her, I want to love her, I'm sorry, I am here. So the chakra felt small, but it was getting bigger. So the root is around feeling grounded and safe in the environment. And she said, I accept my state. I accept my choice. I accept my path. I am here for more. I am ready to receive. I am ready to be me. And then the chakra then felt red. It was brighter red. It was moving well, and it was actually gathering momentum. She said, I am Penny. I am light. And that's where we ended. So can you see how through the chakras, you know, she's had this almost like awakening, this realization, this anchoring of her soul back into her body, and then this acceptance of knowing that she's not a being of light. And actually she was sitting between the physical and the, I don't know what it's called because I've never researched it, but like the ethereal, let's say, planes. Basically she's sitting between the dense physical world and being in the light, and that's why she couldn't navigate things very well. That's why she wasn't behaving, you know, with love, essentially. And then by the end of it, after we've shifted the energy, we've activated her chakras, we've used crystals to move her energy, she's had emotional shifts as well. She's able to find comfort, to find peace, to find acceptance, and to feel grounded and to accept who she is. So, you know, I am here, I am Penny, you know. So imagine going from being, you know, like a shaman, you know, a medicine man, a healer, a person that supports other people, to then suddenly like being a cat, you know, like, and not really realizing that's what's going to happen. I mean, I can't imagine it, but I would just like to say that Penny's cleanse was beautiful. There was real obvious shifts as she went through it. She was an absolute star because she kept leaning into the healing. So she was asking questions as we go. I was giving her the reassurance. But at any point, she could have said to me, I don't want to do this. I can't carry on. I can't heal. Now, I've not had a cat that's ever done that yet, but it's all about choices. You know, I don't force any healing. I don't force anything to happen with the cat. As my hashtag goes, giving cats a voice, that's what I do. I listen and I give them a voice. I give them the opportunity to be heard. And sometimes if we need to talk it through, we do. Other times they'll share with me that they need energy or other healing tools. But I hope you've really enjoyed the session for Penny, because I think it's interesting to note that, you know, what happened with her cleanse was not what the guardian was expecting. And I know that it was a surprise as to what she shared. hang on a minute. And now, like I said, so not only has Penny gone through transformation, so has her guardian, and to hear about the difference in their relationship is truly magnificent. So now they play, there is no, there's no, I can't think what the right word is. So before there was anger and frustration, and actually, like, on both parts. I've got frustrated in the past when I go to stroke Leah and I'm like, for goodness sake, but it's just me, why are you running away? And I think with Penny there was actually a mirroring of emotions. So her guardian was frustrated because Penny was running away. Penny was frustrated, so she would run away, and actually what's happening now is there is a deeper understanding. So the guardian is very aware of Penny, and almost, I think, like, there's a sense of reverence for Penny, and that, I think, comes from when you hear their voices with a chakra cleanse or a communication session. But I also know that the guardian has, like I said to you before, undergone deep healing herself, released trauma and pain and emotions, of which we all have that within us for whatever reasons they may be or however they come about. And that's one of the things about being a human. Our paths, our journeys are to, as I say, find it, feel it, and release it. And the more we do that, the more it impacts our cats. I made a decision last week that I'm not going to sell the house and we're going to stay here, and I'm going to find out ways to make that happen. And you know what? When I made that decision, which was a bit of a shock to some people, the next morning I had chest cuddles from Leo, which I'd not had in a week. And that same day, he starts crying and meeping at me as in chatting. Leo's never done that. He might yowl at the bottom of the stairs in the morning or peep as he goes past baby Max, but I've never heard him like I have this week. So I found my voice a week ago, said out loud what I wanted, made a very firm decision, which feels so much lighter and brilliant for me. And it has impacted the boys. So I don't want to steal Penny's thunder here, but what I'm saying is they feel our emotions whether we want them to or not. And when they are showing us something that we don't like, for whatever reason, there's a lesson in that. There's an opportunity to delve deeper into that. There's an opportunity to understand why that is. What is it triggering in us? What is it that they're reflecting back to us? So Therese says, yes, I have a sense of reverence for her now. We understand one another. She invites me to play, to go in the yard and spend time with her. And you're using calcite for parathyroid. Beautiful. So Therese emailed me and said, oh, I don't know if this is, I've got this nudge about this crystal. Is it the right thing? I don't think it is. Actually, I know it is. I'm going to go and get it. I said to her, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. And she's been working with it for Penny, for her health and well-being. So we all have the capacity to connect to our intuition. You might need some help to find that out and find out how to do it, and that's absolutely fine. But just remember, peeps, everything happens for a reason. Your cats are with you for a reason, and whatever challenges that you're facing right now, there's lessons in amongst all of that. It may not feel like it right now, and trust me, I've been there and I understand that. But as I said right at the beginning, if you're interested in spending half an hour with me on a call, I'd love to understand the challenges you're facing to help improve the program that I'm creating. So you can book your call through the link in my bio on Instagram, or you can check it out on Facebook. There is a link in a social media post. An email will be coming out tomorrow for anybody on the Naturally Cats email list. Again, with a link to book, and it's half an hour. Like I said, I've got a few questions that I'd love to ask you and to hear about what you've experienced and what you've gone through with your cat. So if you get a chance, I'd love for you to book one in, and I'd be really, really grateful. So thank you to everybody that's joined me tonight. Have you got any questions before I go? Okay, David said Christian Sundberg is the author of A Walk in the Physical. Lovely. Thank you for sharing. So happy Penny is feeling more integrated and grounded and has let go of anger. I can accept love. It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful, David. I have gratitude and love for you too, my darling. Thank you, Therese. Thank you. It was interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jennifer. Okay, beautiful. Well, that is it for this evening. Like I said, I will see. Thank you to those of you that have booked calls in. I look forward to having a chat with you. What have we got next week? So lessons from Leo on Tuesday. We've got Calm Cats meditation class next Wednesday. So you can come and join us for that. We have an hour, 7:30 UK time, and we spend half an hour talking about cats. And then we have half an hour for a meditation practice. Again, you can book your space to the link in my bio or find me on the Eventbrite page. And then I will be back next week with Chakra Chat. And let's see who we've got. Oh, we've got Poppy. That was it. I had 2 P's in a day that when I did these. So we've got Poppy next week. Let me see. Oh yes. So Poppy has a lot to say to her guardian, and Poppy was a really wise soul. So you'll see graphics come out in the next few days about her chakra cleanse. So you can join me again next Thursday. And if you want to watch any of the others, you can catch all the chakra chat on my YouTube channel. There is a playlist, and also you can see the energy insights, which is also me doing chakra sensing with Pam. And so there are some shorter clips there because we did I think it was like 10-15 minutes chakra sensing live online. So you can either catch the slightly longer ones and you can hear a whole cleanse, or you can watch the energy insights version, which is slightly shorter. So thank you to everybody again who has booked on to have a call with me. Thank you to everyone who's been here this evening. It's been lovely to spend some time with you. I hope you've enjoyed hearing all about Penny, and I look forward to joining you again next week. So have a great week, everyone, and I will see you again. Bye for now.